Antrim. Funniest thing is, I actually did make a video on this guy, but it was mostly just me making fun of him.
Man, this is some bullshit! Boo this man!
I made this video because his points were just fucking shit and horrible. But instead of leaving it as a meme, why not make a video explaining about it? Because I'm bored as fuck and I have nothing to do while I'm waiting on ideas to do on my projects.
Godzilla x Kong. The movie is an excuse to slam CGI action figures together.
Now, I can understand why he will come to this conclusion if you haven't seen Godzilla vs. Kong or Kong Skull Island, because they made it clear that Kong was a lone ape and he thought to be the only one of his kind. But even then, Godzilla x Kong really explains the character behind Kong. He's a lonely ape. He's been alone for a long time thinking he's the last of his kind. And the way he reacted when he saw Scar King and many others of the apes that looked like him, he was happy to find there was more like him. So for him to say these are giant monsters being used as toys is really just someone who either didn't see the movie or is just taking criticism from someone else who hasn't seen the movie or just being a fucking retard. I'm gonna be honest here, there's some parts I'm gonna be skipping because the one he just keeps constantly bring up is the fact that Gia, if that's her name correctly, it's been a while since I've seen the movie, constantly call her the girl who's the keys to everything. Now, as someone who's seen these type of movies, I'm gonna say this right now, why the fuck does this matter? Because it depends on how well it's done, and that's up to you guys if you think this is well done or not. For me, I think it's okay. Not good, but it's okay. It's not enough to make me hate the movie, but okay.
In one scene, Angry White Man is fuming that he isn't in charge, so the script puts him in his place by having a giant plant eat him.
First of all, what the fuck does his race have to do with this movie? Secondly, the guy was clearly an asshole from the very beginning because he didn't want to be there, even though that's his job to be there. Also, why they killed him off? Well, it was to show that the environment was very dangerous. And he even admits this later on, which I will get to. And for him to just mention this is just fucking crazy. It makes me think he's not even criticizing the movie, but criticizing over some woke shit. Here's the thing though, I believe in woke shit, but is this part of it? Or is this movie woke? No, it's not.
In response to seeing a man swallowed whole by a plant, a comic relief character says some variation of, well, that just happened.
Motherfucker, did I just caught you in a lie? That is not what happened. After the plant creature thing ate that guy, Barney started panicking, and then Trapper decided to calm him down because, you know, Barney has never been into the Hollow Earth before. For him to lie about this just tells me that he never watched the movie. He's taking criticism for someone else.
He was just eaten by a tree!
Then he and non-threatening male character Hug forget that they are walking through a jungle infested with giant man-eating plants.
No, they didn't, especially when the next scene actually disproves your point.
He was eaten by a tree. I don't want to die like that.
And
thus proving my point that you really haven't seen this movie, or you're just parroting off what someone said.
Non-threatening, pussyish male character.
Let love clasp grief, man. Come here.
How was Trapper a pussy? Because literally at the end of the film, he comes back riding the hopper vehicle thing, I don't remember what they're called, with other creatures. You need to have that type of bravery to do something like that. So how is he a pussy exactly?
I did not give a single quark of a fuck about any character in Godzilla x Kong. I didn't care about the CGI action figures that moved around on screen. I didn't care about the one-dimensional walking tropes this movie would have me believe are human characters. None of the nominal characters have a dramatic arc.
My guy, if you didn't care about watching the movie, then why are you reviewing it? Also, the characters, well, mostly Gia's mother had an arc where she wanted to keep Gia by her side all the time, but she knows that's not really good for Gia. So when at the end of the movie, when Gia chooses to stay with her, that's her arc to let her know that you gotta let things go to know how much they care about you.
CGI action figures haven't changed any, and Mary Sue the Elder and her stepdaughter, Mary Sue the Younger, are still morally flawless Mary Sues.
How were they Mary Sues exactly? Because they did literally nothing in the movie that proves that they're a Mary Sue. Like, you don't see Gia's mother suddenly taking the gun and all of a sudden knows how to fucking fire the thing, or Gia suddenly knows how to use telekinesis without any training. Like, we see none of that in the movie. So how are they made sue?
Probably my favorite YouTube drama this year was seeing a horde of brainless Godzilla x Kong fans attack Movie Cynic for calling this stupid fucking movie fucking stupid. In response to the attack on Movie Cynic, Little Platoon did a review of Godzilla x Kong, decimating it over the course of an hour and a half.
Yes, the racist guy. The guy who somehow compared black people to Kong and his species. It's not even in a funny way too. Like, I know how dark, edgy humor works, and what he said was not even that. Also, the reason why Godzilla fans went to attack this person, which I feel like that's something that shouldn't happen. I don't condone harassment and shit like that. But the reason why they're doing this is because people like you that are spreading false information about this movie, trying to bring a narrative about how Godzilla should always remain as a nuclear disaster allegory, and not changing Godzilla for more interesting things and make him diverse. Well, diverse as makes sense. Because by keeping him as the same thing over and over again, we're just making him boring. Hell, that idea already happened with King Kong. He's been the same thing and nothing has been done with him until the Monsterverse did something good with him.
One theme in the comments attacking Cynic's take was that, yeah, but the movie was fun though, which is a lazy catch-all defense that can be resorted to in response to any criticism. The character—
That's kind of the whole point of a movie though, is for you to have fun by watching it. And criticizing the movie is like saying that you didn't have fun. So, I can understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, no.
The monsters have been reduced to product placements with no character development, no thematic meaning, and no personality.
Well, number one, Kong did have a story, so you're lying on that one. But I will give you this on Godzilla though, because as someone who's been anticipating for this movie, Godzilla was not supposed to be in this movie, as this was originally supposed to be a Kong film. But Warner Brothers or Legendary decided to add Godzilla in because they thought adding Godzilla into the movie will make them more money. Even with this idea in mind, I still would have preferred a Kong movie, mostly because Kong has not been on the movie since Peter Jackson's King Kong.
The amount of plot holes and plot contrivances that need to occur in order to get the girl who is the key to everything to the noble savages is an insult to the viewer's intelligence.
As someone who's seen the movie 3 times, there was no plot holes. There was a pacing issue, but no plot holes, so I don't understand where he's getting this from.
The world building is trash. Rome isn't evacuated.
From what I can remember, they did, and even from the clip you showed, there's nobody on that bridge. So your point was literally just lying and shit.
Noble savages would have conquered the Hollow Earth and invaded the surface long ago if they were so advanced that they had anti-gravity technology.
It was either Trapper or Barney that was explaining how the pyramids were built. I don't think they said anything about the underground world people conquering the surface.
Real characters are emasculated pansies, a histrionic crying damsel, and a sexless Aussie whose main goal in every interaction seems to be to self-deprecate in a pathetic imitation of Marvel humor.
Again, Trapper literally got on the Hopper thing to bring creatures to stop Scar King from arriving to the surface world while preventing him and giving Godzilla and Kong more time. The only pussy there was Barney, but you can understand why he was acting like a pussy because he's never been to the Hollow Earth before.
The one man who dares attempt to assert himself is immediately punished with death.
Again, he was an asshole. And again, they were trying to prove how dangerous the Hollow Earth is.
This is just typical Hollywood, emasculating male characters to make the women look more formidable by comparison.
How exactly? And again, Trapper. Gia's mother didn't even do anything besides helping her find her people.
Awful CGI, lazy character and set design.
As someone who's seen shitty CGI, well, grew up with it too, I can tell you that this CGI is better than the fucking Asylum films or Primitive Wars CGI. No hate to that movie. I actually still love that movie.
Sequitur story structure and a script fabricated almost entirely from dead tropes. Here's just a handful of the tropes that Godzilla x Kong relies on. The genius female scientist, the annoying Jar Jar Binks comic relief character, the rebel pilot who has a problem with authority, angry white man gets put in his place, the child who turns out to be the chosen one, a central character unexpectedly turns out to be the key which unlocks victory over the evildoers.
Isn't it a whole point of a movie to have tropes so people can be interested in it? Also, Trapper, for the final time, and secondly, that guy was an asshole.
Self-deprecating Marvel humor, well, that just happened.
Dude, You lie on that one. So fuck you on that one.
Emasculated male characters.
Shut up! Shut up!
Some critics who wanted to emphasize just how bad Godzilla X Kong is compared it to Godzilla -1. While a legitimate comparison, this is unnecessary. I don't need a bottle of perfume placed next to a steaming pile of dog shit laid out on a hot tarmac on a scorching summer's day to identify the latter as offensive to the senses.
Yeah, I agree that the movies are different. Not because one is shit and one's perfect. It's because one is going back to Godzilla's roots and the other is focusing on Godzilla being a force of nature, which that was the whole point of that movie too. And for the people who compare these type of movies, even though they're clearly different, are fucking idiots that don't know any better, like you, Antrim, or fucking idiots.
The zombified morons that praised Godzilla X Kong are proles, feeding from the trough of prole feed that is periodically filled by the Hollywood sludge pipe, which only encourages Hollywood to provide more of the same sludge in future, only next time it will be a little more watered down.
You mean the Godzilla fans who are calling out your bullshit, like I'm doing right now.
However, as bad as the movie is, it can be enjoyed on a superficial level if you fast forward past the human scenes and just play the monster battles. They're shit, but mildly amusing shit.
I like how he just says they're shit and never explains why. And even when he does, it's just fucking shit. So in conclusion, this guy is a parrot mimicker? I don't know what the hell you call those people. Because he basically just watched someone's video and mimicked what they say. I already know who it is because they mentioned it in the video. And never watched the movie. Because if you watch the movie and then listen to his criticisms, you know his criticisms are fucking shit. Now, I want to let everyone know, is Godzilla X Kong New Empire a perfect movie? Hell no. And I agree with Moist Critical when he says there's no such thing as a perfect movie. There's just good and bad movies. Anyways, this is Kyoji, the Green Kaijin, signing out. I'll see you greenies later.